This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Brought to you by Superior Bait and Tackle. Here we are again, back at Old School Barbecue with my faithful guy, my faithful director, Mr. Alan Traylor, and the Mr. Everything, Mr. Marty Campbell. So this week, it's been a little breezy, and the winter's trying to come back in, so we're going to visit Chaz. Like always, he always got his fishing reports on his website. You can find him in most anywhere. He's hard. I try to call him sometime and get some real current stuff, but he's usually out fishing, and he does a little bit later call you back. So I always want to thank that guy. He done that. You know, when I give the fishing report, I'm going to tell you some other places that I use. I've been using for years to get the latest on the fishing report, and during the fishing report, I'll tell y'all. So y'all stay tuned this week. I got some fishing reports. The weather's changing. The rivers are rising. A little bit things gonna be different. I got some news items, some big stuff coming up, and I got a reminder how to get your news on Paradise, Louisiana. So stay tuned. We're coming back. Old School Barbecue, brought to you by Superior Bait and Tackle. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Hi, I'm Nolan Perry, and I just took care of Mr. Gary Risponi here on this beautiful 2018 Ford Expedition.
Right up Interstate 55, right here. As soon as you get in Mississippi, Town, Mississippi. Here's where it's at. It's a short drive, but it saves you a lot of money.
We're at 108 Old Highway 98 East in Old Tylertown, Mississippi, 39667. Perry Brothers Ford.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy cooperative.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny? he goes. There we go. Let me talk to you about what we're doing today. First off, got the Limelight 3X. That's the triple laminate, the new matrix. Catching some specks, but we're gonna stay off the trestle and fish some of the other bridges. Right now we're fishing Highway 11. We'll go over why I decided to start right here and what's going on. Nice one. And when I'm fishing down here on Highway 11, I'm all the way on the south end today, and I like to fish this on what we have right now. It's a falling tide. Tide's falling pretty hard, so I'm using a 1/2 ounce GoldenEye jig head. This is actually the Black Platinum. 3/8 if it's mellow, 1/2 if it's rolling good. Here's the lure of choice right here. Matrix 3X, our triple laminate. We're just gonna run a 1/2 ounce Black Platinum through there. Right down the middle, come out about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch through the lure. Got a nice green flake, a gold band down the middle, more of a clearish belly. This thing looks sharp in the water. Look how far off the bridge I am. Look how far. Get him, pups. Get him, pups. Way off the bridge. Get this fish before my dogs eat them. That tide's moving at a pretty good clip right now. When I come over here and it's falling a little hard, sometimes I catch them way, way off. You know, when I notice my bites are coming closer to the trolling motor than they are to bridge, I'll back the boat up even further, and I'm not so interested in throwing it all the way to the bridge as I am getting way off the current break here, you know, as that tide rips around that corner. Again, needing that 1/2 ounce today. That's definitely, if I had the 3/8, it'd be really tough to get to the bottom. Now, as if that tide, we're at the end of the fall, as it slows more and more, I can get away with the 3/8. This bridge is a lot more tricky to fish in a trestle, especially when the tide's falling like this. It's just very hard to make contact with the bottom. I typically don't pop it that hard, as the current's gonna do a lot of your, you know, it's gonna move that lure around for you. Nice little dribbles all the way back to the boat. As you can see, look how far I am away. Fish are really here more considering it's a point. This is a great, great spot to fish when the tide's falling. If it's coming in, I don't really care for this specific spot. I like this on the end of a falling tide. That bite came right under the boat. This is a little small. Speaking of small, so we've been going over, he's probably a keeper, let him go. We've been going over the Mega Matrix and how great it is when you're on them bigger fish. This class of fish, a little bit smaller, this is more your 12 to 17 inch where we've been catching a lot of 15 to 22 inch fish. So they're a little smaller today, so I'm dropping it down to the 3-inch bait, going with the triple laminate and a 1/2-ounce jig head. I just like to throw it up towards the bridge. But like I said, when that tide's falling hard, it moves harder right here than on anywhere else on the 3 bridges in Lake Pontchartrain.
Now that you saw how Chaz does it, and you can find out more about Chaz and going to his websites. We're running on the screen because sometimes I get tongue-tied and I don't say it right, but Chaz has been doing this a long time and one of the best. So, but I'm going to start off with some news items and then big news items that are going on. You know, CCA Store is here. You can register for the store. Make sure you register for the store. Make sure you got everything started right now. You got your license. Whatever you need to do, your landing permit. Call the Wildlife and Fisheries if you got any. Go to their website if you got any questions how to get everything. So don't go be caught without them. Also, another one coming up right here next Friday, March 24th at the Covered Rise. That's the annual Sporting Clay Classic. You can contact Nolan Richardson if you're interested in getting a team in or participating at 225-952-9200. And that's the state headquarters of CCA. You found out more about it. Last week I told y'all a good friend of mine that are doing a lot of stuff. They raise money for the charities down in Golden Meadow and all into the Fuchs area. The Louisiana Bullets and Balloon Festival, Oak Ridge Community Park, and Golden Meadow, Louisiana. It's free and it's family oriented, so know that. I was telling you about the stores that signed up. When y'all got an event, I'm gonna keep reminding y'all. Last week I forgot, or it's normal to forget. I asked y'all to send me a reminder on Saturday, you know, because sometimes we tape on Sunday or Monday. I want to have that information, and I want you to remind me. Do it 3 weeks in advance, and when you do it, you send me a reminder. Same email address. Send me a reminder that it's coming up this week, and so I can put it in there. You know, you don't want to do it after the event, and that's what happened with the Green Wing event. I didn't mention it, and it was this past weekend. I think that's all the news. I wanted to give you that reminder. You got a bass tournament come up, fundraisers, anything you got. And when you send me pictures in a report, be sure you do it in advance. You make sure the sun is in their face. Send me a good picture, Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com. When we come back, we got our Berkeley Abu Garcia fishing report.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy cooperative.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
Hi, I'm Nolan Perry, and I just took care of Mr. Gary Risponi here on this beautiful 2018 Ford Expedition.
Right up Interstate 55, right here. As soon as you get in Mississippi, Tylertown, Mississippi. Here's where it's at. It's a short drive, but it saves you a lot of money.
We're at 108 Old Highway 98 East in Old Tylertown, Mississippi, 39667. Perry Brothers Ford.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
You look, I got my partner missing right now. As we shooting right now, they're probably cleaning it up from the sportsman expo that was over there down in Gonzales. So he's probably still working. We taping him 5-something this afternoon, and you never know what it is. Tonight we looking for a freeze. You believe that? You know, almost first day of spring, and we looking for a freeze. So I hope it'll be the last one. But you never know. That weather change, it does a lot with the fishing. And a lot of times in Louisiana with the rivers rising and everything, it makes the fish bite. Sometimes right now, some of them are postponed, you know, and I'm talking about sackle and a couple of other things. Brim start going on the bed as soon as it warm up. They'll move in and out. They'll get on in beds, and they'll stack up, and you can catch all the brim you want. The brim bite, the catfish bite, the sac-a-lait bite down in the Lake Barrett area, it's been hit or miss, but it depends on the weather, how bad the wind is in the lake. We've been having a lot of wind and coming from the northwest. It was real rough. You got to be careful, but all them canals are places you can put in Lake Barrett area, and you can fish all around. The lakes up north, I haven't been getting too much from Brendan. I don't know if it's business or not, but you can always call Slap Hunters, and they'll give you all the report for the lakes around there. He stays on it pretty good with Brendan Dubrock. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Toledo Bend, their lake country gives reports. They give lake stages. They give everything. So you go to their website under Lake Country Toledo Bend. The crappie run has been excellent. Okay, Dwayne Chapman has sent me a picture with him and Honey. They was fishing a jig on a cart last week. He gave me a report they would catch them on a road runner. They were in about 6 or 8 foot of water, and they slow rolling that road runner and catching some monster sac-a-lait. Same thing here. They have about 15. Wasn't no limit, but they were beautiful sac-a-lait. He sent me one picture with Hunter. Also, the bass reports, I talked to people that were doing good and people that weren't doing bad. I told them my good friend Sam Rainey went down there, and they had a hard time to catch keepers or catch them in 2 or 3 days. But where they normally fish in Mid-Lake or South Lake, it wasn't any grass. But they tell me the grass right now in Lake Housing, if you're looking for grass, but them fish will start moving in, a lot of the big fish are being caught. They're 10 pound. They've been showing them on the website. You can check them out. But the bass, they'll turn on 1 minute, another day, depends on the weather. So just check the weather. Check again, Lake Country. And there are a lot of places I use right now when I'm looking for fishing reports. Like I said, we go to Lake Country, going to Toledo Bend. I call them some of the guides I know, how they doing. The Sportsman magazine. You know, every month they got them out. And the Marsh and Bayou magazine, they got their monthly issues, or you can go by their store and they'll tell you. Always go by Superior Bait and Tackle, and you'll see what baits they buy and what baits are not on the walls that they've been buying for sac-a-lait, crappie, saltwater, whatever you need, you can go by there and check them fishing reports. So it's always good to check with people you know. You have your network or your friends. They're not gonna lie to you. They're gonna tell you don't tell everybody exactly where we're fishing. We got a tournament coming up or whatever. Now, another places I go for, Kevin Ford. You know, he got his own show, and he gives out a few information. But every Thursday on Channel 2 in Baton Rouge, WBRZ, Kevin Ford gives his report after the sports, after the news. He gives a great report. He shows pictures. He gives you some ideas. In the New Orleans area for years, Captain C.T. Williams, Big Fish. You find out anything you want with C.T. He's been doing it 25, 30 years, longer than I've been on TV, and we've been on over 20 years. So that's a good story. And then the number one is Joe Macalusa, Order Advocate. You know, usually on Thursday, and so it used to be twice a week, Thursday and Sunday. He given a great fishing report. Always fishing, hunting report, what's coming up in the news. And he was a long-time host of this show, Paradise, Louisiana. Now, going back to Toledo Bend, some of them fish, I told you, they were catching them on a road runner, but they were catching them a jig under a cork. Now, my best report right now in freshwater is coming. Let me get my bearings here. I don't know if y'all, I'm going to have him on the show pretty soon. He's going to send us video. But Keith Lusher, the North Shore Fishing Report.com, is just unbelievable. He's on WWL. He gives him fishing report. He was fishing with John Guillot. I'm saying spell K-I-L-N. I've always said kill, clean, whatever, Mississippi. They were fishing in the East Pearl River, Sac-A-Lait fishing. They were using the special crappie nibbles and slab juice. They take a syringe and a holly bottle jig and they insert that in there. He said it made a big difference. He was fishing with him. We got some photos. I hope they come out and I'm going to show you. We didn't have a video, but you can call over there. Go on this website. The North Shore Fishing Report, one of the longest running and best fishing reports on the North Shore. So I want to give a shout out to him and get him another shout out. He made the Sportsman magazine coming up in the April edition. Congratulations. Thank you for all you do for us, Keith. And y'all be sure and check him out. Now, going back to saltwater, the best places I've been hearing is Venice. Now, this come from Ed Sexton, a big trout fisherman and been a winner in CCA for years. Him and his buddies all downriver got camps. They go. He's been going down there. The river is high and muddy. Do not let that fool you. Redfish are on fire. In the bays, anywhere you find the canes, if the water's muddy, you can look at your pot wash. Sometimes the water coming from the river is muddy, but sometimes it get that southwest wind and they got salt water. Them redfish are there. They even sometime in the place going down, they catch them in the jump. If you watch Kevin Ford show, he was the same thing. They using nothing but shrimp on a jig head, and they threading it through there, and them redfish are finding. I got an old story. I used to take Doug Welbin, when I first come this 20 years ago, we were going down to Venice, and he was just on fire about catching redfish. All he had was Zepcos. He had the big Zepco, and we'd be having spinner baits and different baits, and I would catch them on those, you call them on the wire spinners with the swim bait on the back, and we'd be catching them, and all of a sudden they wouldn't hit nothing but a shrimp, and he didn't go anywhere but his little bag of bait shrimp. And he'd put it on us and he'd laugh. All y'all professionals, I'm whipping y'all behind. So that is a mainstay. You fishing redfish with a dickhead or a Carolina, whatever you're doing with under a cork, you use that shrimp. Now, also in Venice, when they can get out, there've been some been some big fish caught. They've been catching wahoo and then there are other fish right now. So you can always call Venice Marina and other marinas down there. Venice Marina is this is my old stay where I've been staying and going for 20 or 30 years, and they always give me information. So the river's muddy. I ain't heard nothing on bass. I didn't hear nothing on the other one. Now, it's a good fishing report. Now, I told you about the East Pearl River, and redfish, they are constant down there, but my old faithful, Mike Brantley, sent me a picture. He's fishing Lake Bourne. He's fixing the shelf, which everybody I know that fish down know that, using live shrimp. Here he was fishing Mr. Brunson from Miami, Florida, and Mr. Watson, Mr. Ed, and it's the picture he sent. And this was just caught. This was just caught in the last couple of days. Nobody missed nothing. Anything else I got? That's it. Island Marina, always a good source for fishing at the point. Anytime you're going that way, if you're going down south, just check it out. Hopedale and all those marinas you hear on them shows, they love to give information. They'll tell you whether they got live bait or what to bring. So I think that's it. I covered everything in the news. Remind y'all one more time, Gary at Paradise, Louisiana. You send me that email, send it three or 4 weeks in advance. Be sure to send me a flyer if you got it. I'll run it on TV. Send me that, remind me. Up into the Saturday before the event, you send me that reminder. God bless Louisiana. Don't forget to say our prayers and keep it up. Let me see if I didn't leave nothing out. I don't think I did, but if I did, I'll catch you next week. I know they had a big bass tournament up at Caney. When y'all heard Mr. Tommy Abbott talk about it last week, I guess they didn't have time to get it all in, but I'm pretty sure he's going to send me. I'll give it to y'all next week. Come back next week. God bless Louisiana. Thank you again, Mr. Marty Campbell.
Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Vinny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.